Welcome back to the seventh and final part of the series on the top 7 books to master your mindset.
Today's book was saved for last on purpose because all the takeaways from the past 6 days mean absolutely nothing without the big idea from this one.
Life is beautiful.
So, the 7th and final book of this series is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And if you've never heard of Viktor Frankl, he was an Austrian psychiatrist who in 1942 was taken by the Nazis and sent to Auschwitz. And when he was sent to Auschwitz, they took his wife and they took his mother and they gassed them both. Then they took his father and his brother, who also died. By the end of the war, every single member of his immediate family was dead except for his sister. When he arrived at the camp, they stripped him completely naked, and they took his life's work, the entire manuscript of his first book, which was hidden in the lining of his coat when he arrived. When they found it, they destroyed it right in his face. He watched a 12-year-old boy have his frostbitten toes picked off with tweezers, one by one, because there were no shoes for him. He watched men get beaten to death just for standing crooked in line. This went on for 3 years. But when Frankl finally walked out of the camp in 1945, he sat down and wrote this entire book we're talking about in just 9 days. And from all of it, I think the biggest takeaway that I get from the book, and that I think he was trying to instill in everyone's mind, is this idea that he who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. That is a quote by Nietzsche.
Yeah, I think the modern version of that is really just like when your why is strong enough, you can survive anything life throws at you.
Yeah, that's the simpler modern version of it. But yeah, that story, if we thought David Goggins was bad, I think this is worse.
That just really... I
The
hear the
little boy with the tweezers.
Oh, come on, bro. Like, that's... You don't got to bring that back up, but the whole thing is just so inhumane and insane that people actually were able to do something like that. But that's beside the point. I think let's stick to the lessons that came out of this.
Yeah, what he found, so it's interesting to have a psychotherapist go through Auschwitz because he's looking at the whole thing through the lens of someone who knows the ins and outs of the human mind. And so he was looking for patterns the whole time he was there. And the one pattern that he found was the people who basically had a reason to keep living, who kept in mind a reason to continue on, survived.
Yeah.
But the moment a person in the camp lost their meaning for existence, lost a reason to keep living, shortly after they would die.
Yeah, it needs to be bigger than yourself. Right?
Yeah. And so he actually has not an exact quote, but I remember very vividly him talking about like marching at 4 a.m. to go do another day after he was completely starving, so much so that you could see his ribs and he was exhausted. And on this march, he would just, in his mind, he had no idea if she was alive or dead, but he would hold in his mind the image of his wife. And that was what just kept him going because he was holding on to hope that one day he would be able to hold her again.
Yeah.
And so that meaning was what kept him going through these, you can't even, unimaginable suffering.
Yeah, no, there's real power to having a why behind doing something. A very long time ago, I read this story about this 2x4 wooden beam that really put it into perspective for me.
And 2x4 wooden beam?
2x4 wooden, what do you call it?
No, I'm just asking. Like, it's a very strange object.
So you imagine this, a plank. Okay, so imagine a wooden plank. It's stretched between two 20-story buildings. All right, it's only about a foot wide.
A foot wide, okay.
Okay, and there's a 200-foot drop below.
Okay.
Would you walk across it?
No.
For nothing? No, right? There's nothing that would say, oh, yeah, I want to walk across that today, right?
I have no desire.
No. Most of us would probably freeze, be afraid, right? We'd start sweating if we had to do this, right?
I would just not do it.
Yeah. But now I tell you, imagine your wife is on the other side of this wooden plank.
Okay.
And the building is burning and you need to go save her.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do it.
No. Oh, man. She's going to be so glad.
Just kidding. Love you, wifey.
realistically, everything changes when I say that, right?
She's genuinely gonna be mad at me. Oh, man.
No, realistically though, everything changes when you hear that, right? Like the fear doesn't go away, right?
No, but
But-
you're willing to go through it because nothing matters more in that moment than
Yeah, the why became bigger than your fear in that moment in time.
Yeah.
And when I heard that story, it always reminded me that sometimes it's the question is not like, how can I be less afraid? It's, is my why strong enough in this situation?
Yeah, I like that. And I think that's why we saved this book for last, because all of the first 6 books were all about how to do something. So, for example, The Power of Now taught you how to observe your thoughts. Meditations taught you how to control your response. Mindset taught you how to think about failure. Atomic Habits taught you how to build systems for success. The War of Art taught you how to beat resistance. Can't Hurt Me taught you how to push past the 40%. But Frankel and this book is the only one that talks about why you should be doing anything in the first place. And without the why, none of the hows mean anything at all.
Yeah.
I think that's the main idea that we're trying to get across
That's
here.
a good way to end
Good
this.
finale.
A good finale here.
I agree. So the only thing like I can hear people saying, because this is what I would be saying if I was looking at this, is yeah, but like that sounds so esoteric. Like, how do I actually? It sounds weird. How do I come up with my why? But I think I've found something that makes it really simple, which is just ask yourself who. And when I say that, what I really mean is ask yourself who is counting on you. That's going to help you figure out why you're doing something. Because at the end of the day, we want it to be about something bigger than ourselves. We want it to be about who we are doing this all for, right? And so that is what gives our lives meaning, is who we are doing it for, 99.9% of the time. And so the call to action for today is to really ask yourself, who is counting on you? Is it your kids? Is it your family? Is it your future family? Or is it your future self? Is it the version of you that, is counting on you in the future? It could be any one of those things. But really ask yourself. For me, it's like the thing that really drives me and makes me like stay up late to do the work that I need to do or whatever it is my future family. Like I think about my unborn child, which I don't even, my wife's not even pregnant, but I know I want to start a family one day. And I know I want to build a life that my future children, God willing, they are born, can be happy with and comfortable and give them the opportunities that I was given. That's like my why. What's yours is obviously you have a child.
I mean, a child will definitely change you in that regard. But I think going back to your main idea, it's that it has to be bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
If you make something bigger than yourself, you will be able to endure so much more than what you thought was possible.
I agree. So fill in this blank. No matter how hard today gets, I'm going to push through and do my best because blank is counting on me. Like I said, that can be someone or it can be your future self because I'm counting on me. Fill it in. And if you're listening on Spotify, feel free to drop it in the comments.
A little fun fact, Tony Robbins bought the rights to this book, and I believe he's turning it into a movie. So looking forward to seeing this on the big screen. I mean, not some of the graphic parts that you talked about, but seeing this message get out to the world is going to be great.
All right. Well,
thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for sticking around.
7-part series on the top 7 books to master your mindset. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you got some value out of it.
All right. Love you.
Peace.